For those that need to be ready for anything, take one of these with them everywhere. The Swiss Army knife, with its many tools, is just like the human body. It's adaptable, versatile, beautifully designed, and by its nature is a problem solver. Through our body, we can create our own unique toolkit for enhancing our leadership skills, whether that's self-leadership or leadership of others. Tools such as energy, presence, communication, and the tool that I want to share and explore with you today, emotional management through posture. Why posture? Are you sitting comfortably? Take a moment now and sit confidently. You'll see there's some movement in the room, a change between comfortable and confident. Because when we sit confidently, we use our body and we engage with our posture. And alongside all of the amazing benefits already well known, like increasing mood, cognition, alertness, and reducing things like stress and anxiety, our posture also says who we are and how we feel to others, but also most importantly to ourselves. The posture of other people is incredibly obvious, yet rarely do we see our own. And that was me. I never realized how bad my posture was until one day I caught my shadow slouching. But what shapes our posture? Our past. My earliest memories are at the dinner table with my 5 older brothers. It's noisy and it's busy. As the youngest and smallest, I didn't have much space and not much of a voice. And even if I did talk, no one really listened. Years later, in my earliest leadership roles, I didn't know how to stand and speak confidently in front of my team, as my heart would race as I remembered the dinner table. As a boy with brothers growing up in the countryside, we were always on the move, climbing trees, playing football, covered in scratches, no time for stopping, and definitely no time for feeling. So when my team came to me with their sensitive issues, problems, or even worse, needs, I didn't know how to react. I didn't know how to soften and empathize. And at school, I was a kid that was into everything. At the end of each year, my report card said exactly the same thing. Ben could do great things if only he learned to concentrate. What would take others 2 hours would take me 4 or more. I didn't know how to concentrate, and I didn't have the tools for focus. I did, however, have the voice at the back of the head that says, "You're no good at this. You don't deserve it." That inner critical imposter syndrome. Each of us are a product of our upbringing. Our formative years are exactly that, forming and shaping through the interactions in the environment of our family, our friends, and our culture. Our identities form through our values, beliefs, mindsets, good or bad, but also physically in our muscular system through our habits, posture, behavior. It's a classic mind-body connection. Our past shaped our posture, but consciously our posture can also shape our future. And that's what I realized the day that for me, everything changed. Most leadership trainings are boring, but in the break, I'm speaking with my trainer, Nisha. I'm sharing with her struggles of my past and how it's infected my performance at work. And she's like, "Ben, wait, sometimes it doesn't matter why, it's the how." She gets me to stand and walk a timeline from my present into my future. I have to close my eyes. I see my team. I'm in the meeting room, and it's my turn to stand up and speak. But this time things are different. I can change my posture, and I feel something different. I feel some confidence. I see my team, and my team sees me, and something inside me shifts. Previously, I'd been trying to just change my mindset to think differently, but it was too difficult, and I just didn't have the willpower. Standing and moving differently, now that was something I could do. And so I did. I took it home with me, and that evening, for 1 week, for 2 minutes before bed, I practiced, and I allowed my body to feel this new felt sense of confidence when imagining being with my team. I went back, and I stood differently, and I engaged differently. And my team, they responded differently. For me, this was my therapy. I took my imposter syndrome and overcame it with an imposture system. Working with the body gave me a structure. It gave me an opportunity to do it for my team, with my team. And with my leadership coaches later, we experimented together. For whatever we were dealing with, we could find a posture that was right for them or right for me, and we would practice it. Working with posture is incredibly powerful. And it's a tool for any toolkit, one that I see sorely missing a lot from leaderships. There's this light bulb moment when I realized that actually the body is at the center of all of these things. The presence, the energy, the routine, the communication, the creativity. It really is the body Swiss Army knife. So, before we do 3 postures, I want you to show me your most relaxed posture. Your Netflix, watching TV, really exaggerated. Yeah. And when you're there, how does that make you feel inside? And how does it affect your thinking? Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. We've got 3 postures, so let's start with our first one. Please follow me along. I want you to turn your body sideways onto me, and I want you to bring your feet together and bring your front hand up in front of me and focus over your front thumb and finger, bringing your hand back next to your chin. This is a posture. What would it be used for? This is a great posture for concentration and focus. Diana, the Archer, by Ferdinand Lemke. Can you feel her focus? We can summon this posture for things such as concentration, accuracy, determination. Could you do with a little bit more focus? And you can relax. When we do Diana's posture, we change the chemistry in our body, which impacts the way our brain thinks. We get a new physical and emotional difference. Let's try our second one. So, bringing your feet nice and wide, you need to bring your hands up in front of you, and as much as you can, open them up and say, "Hi, neighbor." Turning your hands 45 to the ceiling, opening your fingers and softening your shoulders. If this was a posture, what would it be used for? This is a great one for openness, inclusivity, welcoming in. Open to life, open to opportunities. And you can put your hand down. Cristo Redentor, Christ the Redeemer, by Paul Landowski. The body is a dynamic system. It is a two-way process. So when the mind gets stuck or overloaded, we can use the body as a way through. Let's finish with our third posture. Take one step forward, and I want you to soften around your knees. Bring your elbows in and tuck them into your waist, and bring your hands up in front of you, closing your fingers. And then I want you to lean forward, like you're leaning on a wall. And then say, no. No. And as we're in Germany, you can say 9. This is a great posture for saying no, but also setting boundaries. Could you do with setting more healthy boundaries in life? And you can relax. Please sit down. Studies show us that humans are excellent at accurately identifying emotion through posture. Much better than that of just guessing or chance. We make sense from shape, and shape makes sense in us. So it can be really good to be clear on what we're communicating, both outwardly, but also inwardly. Now, we just did those 3 for a quick 15 seconds. When we do these for a little bit longer, 2 or 3 minutes, we can amplify and strengthen this message. And with deliberate control, we can use posture to create a beneficial, both emotional and psychological state for whatever we are dealing with. The mind-body connection is not brand new. Charles Darwin spoke about it in his book on the expressions of the emotions in man and animals. And Amy Cuddy stood on the TED stage with her famous talk in 2012 around power posing. 11 years on, we are in an exciting time where at every level of science and medicine, at every major university and every scientific journal are publishing more and more papers about the interactions and the intelligence of the bodily system. So, postures are powerful. And they are just one of the body-based tools that we can have in our own leadership toolkit. I would like to set you a challenge today. Choose your favorite posture. No, in fact, don't choose your favorite. Choose the one that felt most unfamiliar, because somewhere in that posture, there's going to be an emotional quality that you are needing most. And then take it home. Practice it for 2 minutes for 1 week before bed. Practice it, absorb it, reinforce it. So when you need it during your day, it's ready for you. For those that need to be ready for anything, take their body Swiss Army knife with them everywhere. Your past shaped your posture. Your posture can shape your future.